Ahoy, Z Nation. Back to the DailyXander 269. I feel like the past couple of days have been so gosh darn busy that it's made it a little hard to do some good daily updates. But that's okay. I found that, especially with traveling, it was a little different doing daily updates where I was constantly around new scenery and such, so it was fairly easy to show stuff. Whereas now, when I'm in the routine back at my home base currently, which is here in Orlando, I still gotta show some new stuff every now and then, but it's more of just checking in. Here's my thoughts, here's my happenings, and that's a-okay. But it kind of continually reminds me of right now I'm just grinding away in the process, continually working on transitioning to the next phase of my life, the next 5.5 months of being really working on solidifying. I shouldn't even say solidifying, just continually working on building my foundation. I want to say, if I say solidifying, that means it's almost like it comes to an end and it's ready to go. I don't want it ever to be ready to go. I want to be continually building upon it. My foundation, representing all of my belief system, my mindset, my perspectives, my approaches, my habits, my work ethic, my ability to connect, the energy I put out, my persona and such, and I can keep going on and on and on. Anyways, if you couldn't have told already, I wish I kind of did an after float recap quick, but I had a chat with one of the London Real Accelerator group members. We're just kind of establishing communication and such. Anyways, I had my 16th isolation tank float. I like to just call it float, but really, technicality-wise, it's sensory deprivation float. Anyways, I did my 16th float. Love it, baby! My cuts on my left knee did not nearly bug me as they had in the past 2 floats. So I was able to get really comfortable, and probably for about the first 10 minutes or so, I had my mind wandering. I was just focusing on observing it, focusing on the body for a little bit, really making sure I'm completely letting go. And that's one thing I really like about every time I get in the float tank. It always reminds me to relax, let my body go. There's an instance when I first lay down and I'm floating, I do a quick body scan, and I realize, well, I'm not completely letting my body relax in the sense to the point where I'm completely just letting myself go to the water, where I'm letting the water form how my body sits, rather than almost tensing up a little bit and allowing for my back, which allows when I say tensing up, my back is just completely curled up and a little bit compared to just being able to let go. And I feel like in a lot of situations in life, it's a great way to go about it. You're just so easygoing. Shoulders are so much looser. They're not so tight, tense. And a lot of situations call for just being able to let go. It's okay to let go. If something happens that might irk you, is that a word? Irk? If it's not, I'm going to use it now. If something happens to you in life that irks you, that frustrates you, that bogs you down, that's so minor, you got to be able to let it go. You cannot ponder it for a long period of time, because A, you're going to waste time continuing thinking about that, and B, you're just not going to be a pleasant person to be around. And so by being able to let go, it's quite a good skill to have, for sure. So 10 minutes into my float, did some observing of the mind, seeing where it goes, and mainly it was focused around just things going on in my life. And that's how it usually goes most of the time. There has been times where it drifts off completely to just ideas that don't even relate to my life, and that part's always pretty interesting to see. I like to call that the laboratory of where Frankensteinian ideas are created, and whether or not they're fully remembered in detail, that's another question. And that remains to be seen the more and more I continually float. But after the 10 minutes was up, I then just drifted into sleep, woke up from a sombering and mellow, almost a meditation kind of music you would hear. Very soft sounds, very easy on the ears, and then presto, ready to go, energized and such. And that's what I love about floating. Get the afterglow effect. And then had the call with one real member, and then just walking back from Safeway, getting food, and I'm gonna change it up. Normally I'm at the office right now, being Starbucks or Whole Foods, uploading my video and doing any tasks, but right now I'm going back home, making dinner. I'm gonna finish reading the last 15-20 pages of a book that I have done for tomorrow, and then eat, finish collaborating all of the video I've taken for today, save it, and then upload it tomorrow morning at Starbucks. Go for a swim too tomorrow. It's been a while since I've done that. It always kicks my butt. And 3 more days of work. Before I know it, it's jetting off back to London, baby. Stoked, very stoked. Can I get a happy stoked? Happy stoked indeed, yeah! I'm very grateful right now that I can see partially a couple of stars, even though there's a lot of light pollution around me. It's one thing I would like to have at nighttime is the ability to see a plethora of different stars, and that's one thing I'm always appreciative of when I'm in an area geographically where there's not much light pollution, and it really allows you to just take in the brightness of the darkness. In order to have stars, there has to be darkness. So in a lot of sense, it's good if darkness occurs. It's the same if, like, you say, well, there's nothing that comes good out of evil. Well, you can always find good in evil, depending on how your perspective is and your mindset is. Anywho, I feel like I'm just starting to ramble now, in a good way, of course, but I want to always work on being condensed. Well, I shouldn't say always. I'm rambling again, but I like to every now and then be more concise in what I'm saying. So we'll stay structured for now, and I'll bid you adieu, as always. Peace, love, unity, respect, and this time I'm saying it right, passion. Lately I've been saying peace, love, unity, and respect, and passion. We're just going with plur and P. Peace, love, unity, respect, and passion, baby. I'll check in with you guys next installment. Looking forward to it. Living life, loving life. Oh, yeah! All right, Z Nation. One thing I also want to add to DailyXander 269 is just me recalling what happened today with the 2 hospices that I experienced, my 2 hospice volunteer shifts that I did today. I'm just leaving the laundromat, my apartment complex here. And so, after I got done with my live call, I hustled from Whole Foods to change real quick back in my apartment, and then went over to see one of the patients I was assigned to check in with. And she actually was sleeping, so I wasn't able to check in with her, but I then just kind of walked around and talked to several other patients and stuff, and that was pretty interesting. And then I came across one patient who was 90 years old, and she was around the main entrance of the building inside, and essentially I chatted with her for about half an hour, and it was just funny how we struck up a conversation. I'm very friendly every time with anybody, and I'm very joking in a manner. And essentially, we played off of the theme of me being her adopted grandson, and so she was my adopted grandmother. And it was funny to kind of have that relationship going when in this high traffic area where all these people would pass, and she's very friendly and outgoing. She'd always say hi to people, and then people would be like, "Oh, who is this young guy?" kind of thing. And then I would either say, or she would say, "Oh, this is my adopted grandson," for a little bit kind of thing. And it's really cool just to hear a little about her story, how she approaches life right now, where she's very happy, content, and she just loves connecting with people. And there would be times I'd find myself saying stuff to her, and she was generally just amazed or very sincerely drawn to what I was saying, describing how she was operating in life right now. And I think in a lot of ways, she definitely appreciated that, and I appreciated everything she was sharing with me. I just appreciated her energy, and it was a really cool and unsuspecting moment that I had with her. And it was just neat to hear her views, and how in a lot of ways I felt like a lot of people at that nursing home, they don't even come close to replicating how her outlook was, how she interacts with other people, how she certainly has a step in her pep when she when she wakes up, compared to a lot of people at the nursing home. One thing I also want to add at that nursing home, for people that would go there before, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes prior to dinner time being served, and they would just sit in the cafeteria and not say anything, and just wait. And that came across as very depressing to me, as far as getting to a point in life where that's what a portion of your day is. Rolling, getting pushed down stairs or to the dining room in a wheelchair, getting to the cafeteria, and literally not being much interaction at all, and just literally just like a zombie like this, just kind of staring out into space. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, man, that's not something I ever want to experience, kind of thing. And also kind of gets me thinking, as far as we all need rest, of course. We all need times we need to relax more often and such. But it kind of just in the back of my head, if there's ever points where I don't feel necessarily that great, I feel like, not lazy moments, but like, hey, let's not do anything today. That's always going to be in the back of my head, those moments right there when you're in a nursing home and you see that. And it's just like, wow, well, if I want to rest, I can rest when I'm much, much older and almost to the next phase of life. So those are just little thoughts I wanted to share. Also, I didn't even go into my other shift I did today at the front desk. Very low-key night. It was the first night, though, I saw a family of 4 praying after a loved one had passed. And that was interesting to hear some of the conversations and such. And again, as always, I'm so appreciative and grateful that everybody in my family is doing happy, healthy, hearty, not hungry. I'm trying to think of other H words. Nothing really comes to mind at the moment. But yeah, I'm just grateful for it all, and it's such a great experience, the value I get out of it for helping others like that, or just putting my time into activities like that with hospice. And it's really a rewarding decision that I've made, and I'm very grateful that I did it, and I continue to do it, and I always look forward to doing it. And it's funny, a situation like that with hospice, in a place that death is imminent a lot of the time, I find myself smiling a lot because of it. So it's also a thing that just makes me appreciate and leads to me smiling. Light up the room, baby! Light up the room! All right, I gotta get dinner going. I gotta get some stuff going here. So I'll check in with you tomorrow. Should I do a second plurpy? Almost sounds like a Slurpee. Second plurpy of the night. Peace, love, unity, respect, and passion, baby. Passion with the cap. FF for funny flippers. All right, I'm being goofy now. Check in with you guys tomorrow. Peace.